What up? It's your boy GB. Shout out to Permanent Holiday for making this podcast happen. Feel me? You're now tuned in to Blowin Smoke.
Shit, we live?
Yeah, we live. What's poppin' with y'all, man? You already know what it is. It's your boy JG.
You already know it's Jay Jonah.
And yo, Jay, I think, bro, this is season 7, man.
We're into it, bro.
This is a whole new fresh season.
Take a dive.
About to dive in it.
Bro, we out here, bro. We out here, bro. Season 7, I feel like we should just roll right into it, bro.
Fact.
You feel me? We at the top of the season. It's time to get into it. They already know what it is. They know that we're bringing them a dope-ass individual in the studio with us today.
They didn't read the headline. We always be doing a hype.
This next individual in the studio with us today, man, no, hold on. Let me just shout out. This one's for the 209. People forget, you know what I'm saying, that the Valley is bigger than just a couple cities. Like, it's pretty big, man. The Valley stretches for a minute, and the Valley gets slept on a lot.
Say that.
You feel me? So this one's for the Nina. This next individual in my mind, bro, when it comes to GettoBoyz, he's the ghettoist. You feel me? I call him the King of Merced, to be honest. When you feel me, if you don't know who the fuck I'm talking about, bro, Merced's finest, GB.
Fact.
What's poppin' with you, player?
Man, what's going on, man? It's a pleasure to be here.
Hell yeah.
I mean, good looking on having me, for real.
Hell yeah. How you doing, bro? How you feeling?
Shit, I'm feeling cool. Aside the heat, you know what I'm saying? Everything is good.
You been inside, huh? Fuck being outside. Like, it's too hot. We gotta go inside.
Hey, this Valley weather ain't no joke.
No joke.
You feel me?
No joke. My Bay Area people living right now.
Yeah, Bay Area and SoCal. I just came from SoCal. It's lovely out there.
Yeah, it's a 70s, mid-70s. I'm like, hold on, I need to go over there.
Yeah, right here. It's, oh, my God.
I hate it. Before we get too far, we already said, man, GB, thank you for accepting the invitation.
Off
you know what I'm saying?
top.
For coming to the studio. You know what I'm saying? Starting off the season for us. Like, we really do appreciate that.
No, that's a fact,
bro.
Really
off top. It's a pleasure to be here, for real.
I say, if you don't know what we're here to do on the Blowin Smoke podcast, and for the new listeners and viewers tuning in, man, we're here to give an elevated perspective on everyday situations. We're here to talk our shit and bring some real news to the table. And while we do that, you already know, man, it's season 7. We gotta get into it, right? You feel me? Let's get into it, bro. JG, let them know what we sipping on today.
I mean, you already know when it comes down to the guests, we always try to shoot for the guests, make sure that they got what they need to make sure that they comfortable, right?
Mm-hmm.
GB came through. He said, man, I need that Don Julio. So we went and got my man Don Julio and Neho. Y'all know the vibes, you know what I'm saying? Got him that nice little cool bottle. And we gonna sip on that for the rest of the podcast, honestly.
Don't do it.
Don't do what? What you talking about?
Don't do it, bro. Look at JG was trying to duck again. Come on, Pop.
Man, as soon as I touch it, I gotta pour a shot.
Oh, God damn. You gotta pour it up. You feel me?
Hey, it's gonna be a good episode, y'all. It's gonna be a good episode.
But to highlight while he's pouring up, man, we like to dip in the process, bro. First and foremost, we gotta shout out Permanent Holiday. And not only Permanent Holiday, we got to shout out Julian from Permanent Holiday for coming through with the pre-rolls.
Julian!
You feel me? We got the great pie. He said, hold on, my boy GB finna come over here. I got to get y'all right. And, bro, that's another shout out, bro. This wouldn't be happening right now if it wasn't for the homie Julian with that major.
Yeah, man. Big shout out JP.
Shout out JP for real, man. So, you feel me? He got us right with the pre-rolls. I'm going to make sure you right now. Get you laid up.
Out here, y'all. Y'all know the vibes.
You poured up?
I poured up me. You gotta pass the bottle because I ain't Mr. Fantastic or whatever, you feel me? So you feel me? But you ready to get into the episode a little bit? What you wanna do?
Let's go, bro. I'm ready.
All right, bet. I mean, for me personally, I gotta ask my man GB. GB, I gotta ask a little bit about your background, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like coming from Merced, you know what I'm saying? What made you just wanting to get into rapping, period? Because in Merced, it's not really like I'm not hearing rappers coming out of Merced per se. It's not around you. So how'd you get a studio in Merced?
Oh, well, shit, man. I mean, taking it way back, when I was a kid, I think I was about 4, my sisters and them, and my brothers, they would listen to like more like Chicano hip hop, like out of LA. They had the little lowrider cassettes and shit.
Yep.
It would be like Kid Frost and like MC Boulevard, like more SoCal back in the 90s type rap. And just listening to that. I'm a 90s baby, so I grew up listening to like Death Row, NWA, Bone Thugs, all that shit. So just listening to that, I just fell in love with hip hop itself. And shit, like growing up, I was like, man, you know, you always have a dream. I had dreams of being a rapper. I was like, man, what if I could do this someday, whatever. But it wasn't never nothing that I was like,
you're ready. So
you
you
feel me?
Spark that up.
I was like, yeah. I was like, I never knew I could, basically. You know, we never had the resources and shit like that, or anybody, you know, we didn't have nobody in the family that was a musician or friends or nothing like that.
Nobody's telling you that sauce to get into the area.
No, nothing. So it really started like, I remember, I don't know how the fuck I got a hold of some mixtapes from some rappers in Merced. So as I got older, as a teenager, there was this group called like Dark Room, Familia, and like Lowdown.
Okay.
And they were really like real underground, like northern rappers and shit. Yeah. So when I heard Merced in the song for the first time back then, I was like mind blown. I was like, oh shit.
Wait a minute.
He said Merced on the song. That's crazy.
It's my city type.
Yeah.
That right now.
So I was just on that. And then growing up more, going into middle school, high school, then you started getting a little more locals in the town. And then you know, they had their little earbuds or whatever and earbuds died out, you know? Mm-hmm. And then after a while, there was more and more like coming out. And I was just more like, it's cool, you know, everybody's making music, they're making slaps. But ain't nobody really talking about what we're living through. Like nobody's talking about what we're really seeing day to day. Everybody's usually talking about like bitches and money and all this luxury shit. Like that's cool, you know what I'm saying?
That glamour lifestyle.
Yeah, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's like, you know, around the Mac Dre era, like that shit was popping. The hyphy movement was popping, all that shit. But at the same time, we got motherfuckers dying. We got motherfuckers going, you know, getting life. You know, a lot of life situations that nobody was talking about.
Definitely.
So I felt like Merced was definitely lacking that.
Wow. So
I was like, man, I just felt I've always been the type to take initiative. So like I said, I never knew I could rap, but once I tried it, I was like, oh shit, like I think I got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a lot of people started.
Was it a poem? What was
no, it was raps.
It was like the homies freestyling type shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know how to write bars. I would just write it like a letter, you know, and just kind of read across and shit. And you know, at first it was a lot of like.
Oh, you would write, so it wouldn't be like bar for bar for bar. You write a letter.
Yeah,
and just
I would write it. Yeah, I would.
Oh wow!
But I was on beat and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Say that. Yep.
So
that's crazy.
He was really writing out a story.
Yeah, and then not only that, but back then we would see like videos and shit of studios, and I was like, ain't no way Merced ever gonna have a studio. You know, there ain't no way we could find one out here. So one day, I think I was like 15. I came home. It was like a summer evening. I came home. I was looking, you know what I'm saying? When you get home, you just want to see who's home. You look in all the rooms and shit. Mm-hmm. Nobody was home. So I seen this little MP3 player. That was back then when you damn near had to like be rich to have an iPod type shit, you know? So we when
they first came out, I got you. So when they first came,
when it first came out,
I didn't have one either.
I was like, man, and so I seen an MP3 player on the bed, and I grabbed it. I just started looking through it, and it had a lot of rappers that I grew up listening to, like a lot of northern rappers like Woody, Big Tone, and Dark Room and them. And then I seen a little hole in the little MP3 player, and next to the little hole, it said MIC. I was like, the only thing I could think that stand for is microphone. So I looked at the settings, and I pushed record, and I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, just set a little something. Yeah. So when I played it back and I heard my voice, I was like, oh shit, I just recorded myself.
Yeah.
So I was mind blown, you know?
Yeah.
So what I did then, I found out it was my brother's. I bought it off him right then and there.
I was say, did bro give it to you?
Yeah, no, I was like, he's like, just shoot me $20. I put out $20
for it. I got you.
Yeah. I went and what I did, I was like, you know, the only way I could think of it, I was like, if I play an instrumental in the background and I kind of stand next to the speaker and I rap, and I can kind of get it at a cool distance, it could sound like a song. So that's what I did until I got it right.
Stop capping.
And after that, I was just like,
serious,
yeah. And then everybody was like, man, how you make your music? I was just like this. Like, I don't got no studio or nothing.
How many songs did you make on that little MP3
player? Oh my God, I was on there every day.
People listening to it, they wouldn't even know that that's where it came from. They wouldn't even know. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
So what year is this?
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Fuck. That was probably like, I would say maybe 2008, 2009, maybe.
Okay.
Respect.
Yeah.
That's respect. He's finding a way to get his voice on the track. Like, I'm determined, no cap. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Now, I'm intrigued to find out that there was artists before him, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I said, because I don't hear too much musically from Merced. You know what I mean? I don't hear music from Merced. So to hear you touch on that, it's like, man, I'm not gonna lie, I thought GB was the only one coming out of Merced right now. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of artists. I can't really speak too much on them, but there's a lot of artists everywhere. But
hell yeah,
I'm not too sure. You know what I mean?
No, that's respect though. As long as you got your buzz out there, man, that's all that matters. No cap. As long as people listen to GB and they sound system,
hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I was gonna touch on real quick. I said, bro, I'm big into my food shit. You know what I'm saying? I love food and shit. So I just want to ask you, what's the best food I could find in Merced? You born and raised, right?
Yeah.
Where am I going? If I'm sliding through Merced, and you're like, bro, you gotta stop here.
My big my favorite food is just, I don't know if it's because I'm Mexican, but I love Mexican food.
Talk to me, bro.
You know
I need the best Mexican spot out there.
I love Mexican food for real. There's 2 spots in my hood that I'm a regular at. There's one on Martin Luther King and 11th Street.
Okay.
It's called it's next to the Chevron. It's called El Palmar. That's good for Mexican food.
Okay.
El Palmar, and then there's one around the corner on 12th and Martin Luther King. It's called Mariscos Archivado.
Okay.
And they're like a little food truck, but they're more like seafood and like birria tacos and shit.
Yeah.
Wow, I ate that shit earlier.
He said, I just came from there. Okay. So I'm Mexican. I'm going to go to the Mexican spots.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. Where do you begin at the Mexican spots though?
Shit, I really like an authentic plate. It depends, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like menudo on the weekends.
Okay, after a long night too.
Yeah, in the mornings you wake up kind of hungover sometimes.
Menudo get the job done.
And like the Mexican pho. I mean.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
I didn't even know that. I ain't never had no menudo like that.
Yeah. We still got this shot though.
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
We still got this shot. Y'all been ducking.
Huh?
None of y'all brought it up, huh? You seen it. I know they were wondering.
Party in this motherfucker. If y'all watching this, listen to this. Take a shot with me and GB and Jay Jonah. Y'all know the vibes,
you
man.
already know. Cheers.
Salute.
Ooh. Yeah, it's getting smoother.
GB.
Yeah.
So how was it growing up in Merced? You know what I'm saying? Per se, taking me back to like, your childhood.
Right.
When you was growing up, was you actively doing the sports, or how was it for you in the community in Merced?
I was doing it. Like, Merced's a small town. Merced ain't no big like city or nothing like that.
How many exits? Stockton's like 12.
You don't even know how many exits?
Yeah, 12, 13. I don't want to be 13 exits big, bro.
I want to say maybe like just off the head. I would say no more than 6 exits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Small
yeah,
town.
more so. Yeah, it's like 80,000 people maybe. But
I got family in Los Banos.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a 209, but that's a cool little distance from us. Yeah. But Merced's a small town. You feel me? It's like everybody damn near know everybody. You could walk from one side of town to the other if you really wanted to. It's not like, damn, that's impossible. Yeah, like,
gotcha.
We grew up walking
across town.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I mean? We were kids. Mainly we stole a lot of bikes growing up. Keep it 100. We would need to go to the other side of town. We'll start off on foot. There'll be like 10 of us. One of us will come up on a bike. Another one. By the time we get there, we're all on bikes and shit.
Everybody got a bike.
Yeah.
God
stolen bike.
damn.
Yeah. As kids, hell yeah.
You got to get around, man. You got to find a way.
You got to find a way.
What else was it? I mean,
that shit. It all depends on kind of like the areas you either lived in, hung around in, or the crowd you grew up around. You know what I mean? So, I would say like I grew up with the troublemakers. We all grew up since we were kids. It's just a group of friends that we grew up, just trying to find a way,
Gotcha.
And it's really gang infested if you really like involved. There's a lot of gangs out there, a lot of like the crime rate kind of big because of the gangs.
You wouldn't even think that 6 exits long. Like, it's like that's on people's mind. Like, let me go start a gang out here. Like 6 exits long. You feel me?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know that because I'm not from Merced per se, bro. Like, you see Merced is out there. That's the only thing I know about.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know like it was gang infested like that.
Nah, yeah, for sure it is. I mean, there's
crazy.
shootings or murders. Like either whether it be every other day or every other week, and like I said, if you ain't involved or you got no clue, like you would never hear about it. Mm-hmm. But us that are like we're there, or, you know what I mean? Like the streets talk. You feel me?
Right.
You hear like, oh yeah, he got shot, or like we damn near find out faster than the police, you know, like that's how fast the streets talk out there. Like it's a lot of gang shit out there for real.
That's crazy.
That's growing up in Merced, man. I mean, that's crazy.
Touching on Merced a little bit, you've grown up in this shit, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? What's the biggest lesson I think you learned coming from Merced?
Shit, I mean, a lot of people, what I see a lot of people in the comments too, like a lot of people be hating, like, and I don't think like some people are like, what I see sometimes.
Meaning what? How they be hating?
In the comments, sometimes they be like, oh, Merced like the fake 209. Like, they want to be like Stockton, or they want to be like this. Like, we ain't really trying to be like nobody. We're just our own. You know, Stockton, Merced.
Yeah.
Modesto's. Everybody their own city.
Yeah.
But, or some people might be like, I lived in Merced, like, 2007, ain't shit went down out there. But like I said, it all depends on who you hung around with or the area, or, you know, you might have never heard shit, but meanwhile, there's hella shit going down.
Right.
And me growing up personally, like I said, it's a small town, but when it gets active, the crime rate goes up. So my biggest lesson in Merced, being myself, where I come from, and you know, growing up, I would just say, never leave anywhere without your banger. That's the biggest lesson.
I hear you.
That's some real game though.
Yeah,
coming from a nigga coming from the situation, like you can't take that lightly.
Yeah,
you can't take that lightly.
And it gets serious because it's like, you might be like, hey bro, like I'm gonna go to this liquor store to buy some Swishers. You guys want something? And you know, everybody's like, you know, you got your thing on you, or hey, you got one on you, need me to go with you, because you might not make it back. You know, it being vice versa. Like, and then you just go into the corner.
Damn,
you know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah, but
it
corner
gets
is so
real.
small
that corner is like, bro, you in there for a good 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And a corner store or a gas station is constant. Not only that, but like, if a motherfucker's just driving by and sees you pumping gas, he's like, oh yeah, there he is right there. You feel me? Yeah, that's how we grew up.
Yeah.
You know, so I can't speak for everybody else, you know.
Respect.
Some people, you know, they work their 9 to 5 or go to school, go home, and that's it. But we live a different lifestyle to where it's like, you know, we're constantly up and down the block, or, you know, like I'm gonna go get something to drink.
Yeah.
And we familiar faces out there, you know. So that's just be cautious is the biggest lesson in Merced for me.
How do you go through that? Like for you personally, like what is that? Like that has to be some sort of PTSD. Like as soon as you walk out the house, it's like you just said, you got to have your banger on you. So it's like to the point, like this is not I feel like this is not a situation that you always want to be around per se. Yeah.
It took some getting used to.
Say that.
At first. It took some getting used to, because it's like, bro, like is this really what the fuck I gotta do? You know? So I can't knock anybody that, you know, that any rapper, I don't knock them if they want to get out their town, because I guarantee especially if you're gang affiliated, that's something that every rapper go through. Like, you know what I'm saying? They eventually get their buzz up. You know, you got a lot of haters out there.
Say that.
And it took getting used to, but after a while, it becomes second nature. You're like, you know, it's like forgetting your keys. You know, you walk out the door, you're like, oh shit, hold on.
I ain't got it on me type
hold on,
thing.
Yeah. Let me go real quick. You know what I'm saying? It just becomes second nature.
That's crazy, brother. I'm not gonna lie.
But you kind of touched on it a little bit. I said, being that rappers want to get out the city, I feel like it's harder for being from the valley. You know what I mean? A lot of people come to the valley, but I feel like it's harder to leave. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like, what is the reason what makes us stay? I said, you know what I mean? Like, what makes us stay in the valley?
Shit, I mean, because me personally, like, although it may seem like ain't too much go on out here, it just feel like home. Like me personally, like LA cool. I love LA. I love being in LA. But it's like personally, like it's really big for me, you know, like you know, the traffic, like it takes an hour, 45 minutes for them to get here to here, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like the valley, me personally, just feel like home. In Merced, like we got a lot of, although we don't got a lot to do, like we got a lot to do out there. You know what I'm saying?
It makes sense. People say y'all ain't got shit to do in Stockton, but I feel like we got
Stockton on Up and Rise too.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, a lot of people are like, yeah, ain't shit to do out here. It's a little city, but shit, that depends on who you are, you know. Only boring people are boring, you know what I'm saying?
That's
fact.
True.
That is a fact. That is no
cap. Would you leave? Say this music shit goes to another level?
I would definitely leave. I would definitely buy another house somewhere else where nobody know me.
What do you think?
But it would definitely be difficult. Like I would come back every weekend or something like that.
You need to feel that home vibe.
I love. We got a lot of lakes by Merced, so I love being in the water as far as like jet skis and boats and swimming.
Oh, what's up, bro? We've turning up this summer.
Yeah, for real. We got a lot of lakes out there, so that's what I personally like about it. You know, barbecuing and shit.
Hell yeah.
I like doing all that summer shit. I'm a
summer
summer dude. Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, man. We out there with GB this summer.
Yeah. I get on the jet skis regardless, bro. I'll do that. Motherfucker, black people don't like to swim like that, but I'll still touch the water. 110, no cap.
If you need a lighter pop, you go.
Oh yeah, it was good.
Oh yeah. Hey, so you said GB, what got you into being a rapper? You said you picked up, you know what I'm saying, put the cassette thing, you put it in there, put the mic inside, and you know, heard yourself. After that, you ran with it. You said, I like this. I'm trying to make it bubble into something.
Yeah.
What was the trend around that time from that? How long did it take for you to create your first album or mixtape or EP?
Did you take it serious at that point?
At that point, I didn't. At that point, like I said, there's certain rappers that had got their little buzz for the moment and then went MIA or whatever the case. And then at that point, it was a gap. Like there wasn't nobody really making music at the time for Merced. So what happened then, it was just like we started going up little by little. So we got like a little cheap, like, you know, like the computer labs at school. You know, they have the little computer lab mics that you hook up.
Yep.
We ended up like stealing one of those from school, taking it home.
It's good.
Still, you know, we would hit.
Nigga, I used to steal pencils from school. Like it's still stolen. This nigga is still stolen.
Yeah.
Fuck. The fuck?
Yeah.
It was in your use. They needed that.
Yeah, we would have. Like I said, we didn't have a lot of money growing up, so a lot of the shit that we got was stolen. So we would definitely hit a lot of licks. We would do a lot of robberies and shit like that, and everything you knew before anything, you know, the speakers we had were stolen. The computer we were working off was stolen. The mic was stolen. Everything was like stolen equipment.
Stolen.
So yeah, but it was like the lowest budget we had. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't we weren't recording off Pro Tools at the time or nothing like that. You know, we weren't recording off legit mics. We didn't have a pop filter, you feel me? We didn't know about none of this shit. We just kind of, you know, we were just trying to make it happen.
Yep.
So then I recorded a little mixtape when I was in high school, like a little, I don't even know what the fuck I was saying or, you know what I mean? We were just rap, yeah. And then I distributed it at school or wherever.
CDs?
Yeah, CDs. This is the CD era.
Yep.
And next thing you know, the whole town slapping. I was like, oh shit. I had no clue it was gonna take off like that. So then, in the midst of that, I was gangbanging. So I never really took rap serious. I would put the gangbanging first. So whenever I had some free time, I would fucking rap. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So I would do like a song a month after a while, you know. It wasn't nothing too major.
You weren't in the studio every night.
I wasn't really like a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
You
did
know?
the homies support you though? Like did the homies?
It's difficult. At first it was difficult because being a gang member and a rapper is kind of like, you know, you got a lot more to prove.
Yeah.
Like, oh, is he really living what he rapping about? Or is he a rapper or is he a gangbanger?
Say that.
And you felt that personally?
And I felt that pressure.
Say that.
So I personally always put gangbanging first. And then I remember talking to the homie on the yard one time. I think I was like 18 years old, and
damn,
he was like, "Yeah, man." He's like, I heard you be rapping. I was like, "Yeah, but I ain't even trying to rap no more." And he was like, "Why not?" I was like, shit, I personally don't want to be called a rapper. I want to be known as a gang member." And then he's like, "Why is that? Like, if I could rap, I would rap." And this coming for somebody with like,
he in there,
he's status. You know what I mean? And he's like, "Fuck what they say." You feel me? Like, if you're doing what you do, let the motherfuckers speak. You know, just do your shit. You're gonna get hated on regardless. So I was like, you know, that shit makes sense. So then I kind of learned to balance it out. It's difficult balancing this shit out. And
that's respect, bro. I respect you for still trying to wiggle through that,
bro.
Like,
because a rapper could be a rapper and he gonna rap if he don't politic, you know. But a real gang member, you know, the town gonna speak about him, the hood gonna talk about him. Like, is he really with the shit or he really rapping? And that was something difficult for me to balance out. But deep down inside, I knew like this gangbanging shit came first. So after a certain amount of years into it, I was like, okay, I think I think I deserve to rap now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where
I
I'm at right
happy.
now.
But that's what you do. Really you transition all that. Those, you know, even with you picking up with your 10 homies on the bike, like even with your songs now, it's like even how you, like you said, it's not bar for bar. Even what I'm picking up right now, like it's storytelling. Everything that you do is a storytelling. Like everything that you do is like storytelling. Even if on the fast tempo ones or the slow tempo ones,
right?
Yeah, of course you are speaking about your background, but it's still other backgrounds that you're speaking about that your environment. Like you speaking about your environment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is a skill in itself,
right? So I'm saying that's for me personally. I'm saying about respect doesn't mean like I'm just saying for me being like I love listening to the street rap thing. I listen to Biggie, Pac, listen to Lil Durk, all that shit. Yeah. Drill music, that's the type of shit I listen to. But it's like when you have a nigga that's like, okay, I was in it, but now I got niggas that's in it. I could actually finesse my fandango. I can say it like this and still get my record sales like this and still represent the streets in that way instead of me saying like not incriminating, but like putting myself out there like that.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like I see with you is like, it's a storytelling movement that still is not always involving just you. It's it's involving a whole movement with everything.
Exactly.
Everything around him type
thing. Yeah. There's so much of us involved in the lifestyle, whether it be like whether you be the gang member or the bystander or the cop or the op, that it's like when something happens and like let's say I speak on a situation on a song, all of them are gonna relate to it.
Yeah.
Not only the gang member, but the cop.
Yeah.
The op and
everybody has their
and the
own
motherfucker that watched it.
Say that.
Like I ain't no gang member, but I know what he talking about.
Yeah.
Or the cop might be slapping it like, oh, I remember this incident.
I was in the same situation.
I see that even with the videography in your music, bro. Like it takes a whole lot of creativity to do that.
Yeah.
But touching on that, what do you feel your biggest skill is in your music?
My biggest skill and it's just being able to make people see what I'm talking about. Like I could paint the picture.
Now, is that with your words or is that with your pen? Is that with your delivery? You feel me? Like, what is that with? Because your pen go crazy, but the way you deliver your music too is on a whole different level.
I have no clue. I think it's because of all the. I think it's because of the music I listened to growing up. It's just kind of like instilled something in my brain. Because like in Spanish, there's a certain genre in the Spanish music called corridos. And corridos, in back in the 90s, when I was growing up, a lot of them were storytelling. They would just tell a story about a cartel member, tell a story about a mission they pulled.
Yep.
A lot of them are just corridos, like the first bar, and a lot of corridos are like, like listen to the story I'm about to tell, and at the end is like, this is how the story ended. So my parents grew up listening to that, so I would just grow up listening to it as a kid. Not only that, but me in the 90s, like NWA, like they did a lot of storytelling, like woke up quick at about noon, just stop, and then you just picture it. So I think that just stuck to my head, and I was just like, okay, I got that mindset. That's the only
respect, bro.
That's the only shit I could think about.
His delivery is, I'm gonna paint a picture as I write this down.
No, fact.
That's crazy,
and that's so respectful at a time like today, because the artists today aren't painting that picture. They're just making what they know is that four lyric type, just make it hit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I said, but you are staying true to what you know. You know what I'm saying? You painting that picture. You've grown up and listening to all these things. I can even say Eminem in that category where.
For sure. I was a big Eminem fan as a kid.
I see. I don't want to say I see it, but I see it in your music.
My first Eminem song that I listened to was Stan. Okay. And he was telling a story. I was like, oh yeah, like all this shit adds up. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say we'll keep touching on it a little bit. When you hop in the booth, what is the? Let me see. I have it written down. Let me see. What is the point necessarily you want to get across to your audience?
I just don't want my words to go to waste. Like if I'm whatever I'm saying here, like I want motherfuckers to feel it. Like in one way or another. Like and sometimes you got your little dry runs to where you ain't really feeling it that day. So I just keep coming back until like I get, I'm satisfied with everything. Bro.
Your shit deep. Every song I feel like is deep as hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel it. So now even I feel like even every song touches at least one person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what made me take it more serious is when I started seeing the kids. They're like, hey man, you know what I mean? Like this shit helped me get through high school. This shit helped me get through whatever. I'm just like, oh shit, I didn't even know this motherfucker's watching or listening.
Man.
I was like, oh shit, now I really got to watch what I say because because I wish I had somebody like that from my town when I was growing up that I could listen to and be like, oh yeah, like he from the town, he from Merced. And I mean, I did, but like I said, they didn't really last too long. It lasts like a year or something.
The way I look at it is like, because I'm not from Merced, and of course I'm not a little kid, but the way I can look at explaining is like the little kid that can't get out, of course shouldn't be out in that area, but knows like your parent says, don't do it. Don't do that. Why, mom? Why?
Yeah.
Motherfucker's listening to your music and he loves it, bangs it, but he hears the reasons on, you know what I'm saying? He hears that.
Yeah.
And he still loves it. Like, man, GB, man, thank you. Like JB, like, man, GB, your song got me through this. GB, your song really helped me out to understand like the street politicking. Your song helped me out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Kids are looking at it like that. Like, of course, you don't want kids to be actively in that lifestyle, but it's bringing an understanding and realization to why they, you know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third.
Exactly.
So it's still painting a very vivid, good picture. Like everything you do right now is trippy to me.
Yeah, and it's sometimes it's funny because I be in the hood a lot. And it's funny sometimes. Like speaking of the kids, like sometimes they be their parents and they know who I am, but their parents don't.
Yep.
They'll be like, "Hey, GB," and I'm like, "What's good?" You know, go up to them, whatever. And their parents will be like, like, "Hey, stay the fuck away from that gang member." And I'm just like, "It's cool, you know, it's natural." So after a while, like weeks, months pass by, they start seeing because I take a big part of my community. Like I do a lot of giving back, a lot of events.
Good shit, bro. That's dope. Good shit, bro.
Christmas, Thanksgiving, all the shit. I do all the shit. Like the shit that doesn't get publicized, you know?
And it's from Merced, y'all. This is home city. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
in the hood, they know who GB is, you know? So, you know, whatever way we can collaborate with certain businesses, local businesses, and be like, hey, you know, can we use your area? Or hey, we taking donations to buy the kids bikes or toys for Christmas, shit like that.
Yeah.
So once they start seeing that and more of that, like as the thing goes, the parents become more accepting in the hood. They're like, okay, like, oh, that's GB's. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Or like, oh yeah, you can go as long as it's with him though.
Yeah.
Feel me? And I'll be like, okay, you know, like, I'm a gang member, but you know, it's a lot more to this shit. You know, like my true intentions is like I like GB stand for Ghetto Boy, but I also like to interpret it like giving back. Like I always love to give back. Like it's just in me too, just giving back. You know what I'm saying?
That's to be respected on both those avenues. I mean, of course, at the first time it wasn't easy, but like, you know, right now, like still looking back at it, bro. You got families that accept you. You got your homies that accept you.
But that's a transition though. We're touching on that transition. Like, what do you feel the biggest transition has been coming out the streets? You feel me? Like getting out of it.
Shit. The biggest transition for me, it wasn't like the gangbanging was one thing. Becoming an artist was a whole nother thing. And right now it's basically just like longevity. Like how could I?
No, that's real because you said Merced is 1 to 2 years at the most. What I'm giving the artists coming out of there, right? It's fact. It's what we've seen.
Yeah. A lot of artists pop for a year, and you don't really hear about them after that. But longevity all the way around, not just with the music, but how am I gonna stay relevant? Period. You know. Yeah.
But I like that. Like I said, when it has your music, you know what I'm saying? You do a lot of storytelling. And you have a song that you reference your daughter. So my question to you right now is, having a child, how do you feel as if you have to put out a certain limitation on the body of work that you put out as being a rapper? Do you feel like you have to put a certain limitation on the body of work that you put out with you having a kid growing up?
In a way, it's not necessarily more my kid. It's more for the youth. Like, I've always told myself, like, I'm not gonna lie to my daughter about anything, regardless if I'm in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, right now I'm fighting a case, and it ain't looking too good for me. So a lot of people be asking me, like, what are you gonna tell her? And I'm gonna be honest, you know, like, Daddy made a mistake, so I gotta go to jail I gotta go sit down for a little bit. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you know, tell her, you know, I'm working, like a lot of people do, you know. Like, I'm not gonna do that. For me, it's more I set the limit for the kids. Like, sometimes I want to say some shit, and I'm like, nah, because then the youth is gonna think it's cool. As the youth in general is gonna think it's cool if I say it, because a lot of people look up to you that you don't know about. So if I normalize something, a lot of people are gonna normalize shit. You know, like a lot of people look up to somebody who, let's just say, for example, like does something that is against my morals, like snitching or like
way bigger. There's a lot of them. It's a lot of
they're
categories.
normalizing the shit out of that.
They normalize that. They normalize, and I'm just like, bro, what are you teaching the kids? Like that ain't to me. That ain't cool.
Fact.
So if I don't find that shit cool, then I won't do it or say it. You know, that's where I set my limits. It's like, okay, like let me watch what I say. You know, before I say it.
Wow. Got you. No, that's real. Because he said not even just, of course, for my daughter, but it's not just my daughter. It's for the youth.
It's for the youth
bigger
in general.
Than, yeah. It's bigger than that. That's deep, big dog. I'm not gonna cap.
I mean, kind of touched on it a little bit. It's not looking good necessarily in the standpoint of right now, but music, we gotta push that shit right now, right? It's time to push it. What we doing, Pop? I mean, you got shit coming right now. I mean,
yeah, man. So right now, I just finished wrapping up this fourth album. I believe we said fourth album.
Fourth album
in the third year, and we just finished up all the album work. We shot a little mini documentary in the hood. It's under construction. It's being edited right now.
That's gonna be fire. I can't wait to see that.
A little mini doc, you know what I'm saying?
GB with the documentary coming for y'all, man. Y'all gotta look out for that, man.
Pop, no, I'm glad to hear.
We gotta highlight that, brother.
We're working on the marketing. We're working on a promo for it, visuals, all that shit. We're currently working for it. It's a little process in terms of the rollout for it. So yeah, I mean, I haven't told nobody the name for it. You guys finna get it first right here.
Ooh.
The name of the album is gonna be called GettoBoy. It's self-titled.
GB.
And it's a big transition from my past albums.
Say that.
I think you see the growth in every album. My first album, I wrote the majority of it in prison, and I got out here and I recorded it. My second one, I just wanted to do a bunch of collabs. This is just kind of a collab album. The third one, I wanted to explain the cycle of a gang member, which is the 186.22. It's a gang enhancement.
Great skits in there as well.
Yeah. And this one is just more like, it's my mindset today. Like, who am I today?
Wow.
It's a little more mainstream sound. It's something different for me, but it definitely showed the growth. Fuck, you feel me?
You got the melodies?
Got a little GB wave.
Okay.
You feel me?
Really has the whole creative background. He don't just go in the studio, punch in, say, oh yeah, run it. No, he said, let me go ahead and like develop a whole body of content for these people to listen to.
Yeah,
that's different sound, bro.
It's a different GB you guys gonna get on this one.
How'd the homies feel when they heard the melodies for the first time?
They was just like tripping, like you're a singer now and shit. I was like, nah, man.
But they accept it. Do they really accept it now?
Yeah,
though, honestly,
that's a slap. Yeah, for sure.
Say that.
I mean, they got no choice but to accept it.
Say that shit.
A motherfucker. You know, you either gonna respect it, you're gonna hate on it, but you're gonna accept it regardless.
You don't keep doing
it's gonna be there.
It's gonna be
it's gonna be there.
It's doing you,
whether you want it or not.
It's like a shot right here, man.
Oh, we got a shot.
We still got a shot for it.
He said, "Oh, we got a shot."
I'm ducking the whole podcast though. Cap got that. Let's go.
You,
salute.
No Love is the single that just dropped, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that on the album?
I think like
yeah.
It wasn't gonna be on the album. It wasn't gonna be on the album. It was just a single. But it's just doing so well in numbers that I feel like we felt like it had to be on the album.
When I say
that's respect,
and it fit in perfect with the track list. So
I've been slapping that the whole time, bro.
That ain't no love. That shit go crazy.
I gotta really just highlight one time because you saying like it's doing the numbers, bro. When you said that you handed out them CDs in high school and you said that you didn't realize that transition was gonna be what it was.
Yeah.
You ever look back like, damn, I'm glad I did that. Like, I'm glad I really did that hand to hand. Let me go out here and do this real groundwork. Because kids ain't doing that nowadays, bro.
Nah.
At all.
Nah. The Instagram post.
And I think that's what some motherfuckers that's what some people in terms of longevity, it's more like we established a foundation from the start. And a lot of motherfuckers, they took that leap and you know, they didn't get to experience that. So when they, you know, like they wouldn't know how to deal with that today. They're like, oh, we don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like having a job and just working there for a week or two and then getting promoted a manager.
Right.
A motherfucker that been there for a year, 3 years, he gonna know the ins and outs of everything
how
before.
To do every job, not just one of the jobs.
You just know, you know, the basic and how to be a manager, but this dude know you know how to deal with it all. That's how I feel it is, you know. So I'm glad I took that step.
That's a difference, bro. That's a different breed,
no,
man.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Any other collaborations on the album?
I got 4. I think I got 4 collab. Well, it's that No Love. It's the I got my boy Bankroll Rado out of Fresno.
Mm-hmm.
I got Baby Gas out of Oakland.
Shout out Baby Gas.
And I got shout out him. It was last minute. The song I got him on, it's a beat by Swilla the Killer, I believe.
Okay.
And he put a little Spanish sample in it.
Okay.
So I was gonna do something completely different. And my boy Chris from Stockton.
Shout out Chris.
That's
DSP alumni.
Shout out him. Hey, he got a lot to do with how my songs come about and I appreciate him for it because I'll be rapping and they'll cut me off and he'll be like, nah, bro, you got to do it like this or don't do this or do, you know what I mean?
Whereas an engineer would sit back and just let you go
just
and
record
do what you do.
Yeah, he a real musician, like all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
So how that song came out, he's like, you got to do this in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what you mean? He's like, and you got to get gas on
Mm-hmm.
it. He's like, you guys got the whole Mexican thing. Like you're Mexican. Being Mexican and not rapping in Spanish is kind of a waste of being Mexican.
I got that question written down. Keep going though. Keep going.
I was like, you know, it pulled me out my comfort zone for sure.
Yeah.
Then I hollered at my people, the team, and they were just like, bro, like he took the words out of our mouth. Like, we've been telling you to do this. So I was like, fuck it. I tried something new out and the shit came out hot. So right now we're in the process of the visual. So I'm just like, man, like, yeah.
You of course I already know it made the track list. You love the turnout. Are we gonna hear more of you speaking Spanish on the songs? Are you gonna do it again?
Hopefully, yeah, because it did good. I think the only time I ever spoke Spanish in a song was a song I did for my mom called Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only time I think I ever spoke Spanish.
Which wasn't much Spanish.
It wasn't much Spanish, but I mean I know it did like a lot of numbers and the feedback was crazy. So I think like sometimes you know you got to do shit for the fans, whether because it's what they want.
Mm-hmm.
So if they want more Spanish shit, then I gotta do it. Whether
you gotta get more in. You know what I'm saying? Before you can get more of that in, because that's gonna blow up. I'm telling you, that's gonna blow up.
Yeah, it's it's a new little wave. You know what I mean? And then I got Frago out of Stockton. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Frago.
Yep.
From Stockton.
Yeah.
I got him on 2 joints on there.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, and then I got some girl named Deja from the Modesto area and actually, they're all underground, but they're all dope as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, you actually got a nice little lineup with your features. That's lit.
Yeah.
What goes into making a good collaboration? You know what I'm saying? What makes you go out and pick these people? I say because you.
So really,
you're on a roll, Pop. Listen, when you and Acito leak up, bro, that shit go crazy. You know
I feel like I could foresee like a lot of shit, especially in the music.
Mm-hmm.
So once I hear the beat, if I could hear this dude like Acito on it, I'm like, oh yeah, I hear Acito on this already.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell him like, this is what I hear on it. You feel me? And we just go on and get to work. But if I just hear myself on it, then I'm like, oh yeah, I got to take this to the neck.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how the feature process comes about. Like, oh yeah, like I could hear him on it already. And I'll just try to make it happen.
That's lit. Like off the beat, you already know what your partner gonna come and fulfill for you.
Touching on that No Love. That No Love's your track, bro. What was done before you sent it out? Were they in the studio with you? How did that go about?
Yeah,
bro, cause that chorus, bro. Let me hear that's all you, bro. Please tell me that.
So really, it was just my boy Merc on the beat. He sent the beat over. I was like, okay, and I wasn't even incontent with the hook for some reason. Okay. I wasn't satisfied, and everybody was like, nah, that shit go crazy, and I was like, I ain't feeling it.
Really?
But I was like, fuck it, I'll leave it. And then we was taking a trip to Seattle, Washington. I hit up Acito. It was just supposed to be me, Acito, and Babyface Wood on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a whole nother song with me, Rico Too Smooth, and Babyface Wood on it.
Mm-hmm.
So how that came about, and we recorded it the night before we shot the video. So how that came about is Acito on his last bar, I believe, he said 209 916 all the way to the Yak. So when we got to Washington, I was like, bro, you said 916. And he said, yeah. I was like, Rico wasn't even supposed to be on this. I was like, so when we got to Washington, he recorded his verse on it. He recorded his verse on it. So I said the original track that me, you, and Wood we're gonna scratch that. And we just gonna keep this one as a collaborative one.
Doesn't make sense.
And that's how it came about.
That makes a lot more sense.
Fuck, it was
destined to be low key. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it came out.
That's
dope.
a banger itself too, though.
Yeah, and then a lot of people they argued it as far as the fans. There's one of my boys. They call him Young Iggs out of Modesto. They're like everybody's like the one that was on Poverty. They're like, you guys just missing Iggs. Everybody you see it all over the comments, all over everything.
Yep.
So then I hit up Iggs. Iggs was supposed to come with us that day, for those who didn't know. But he had a video shoot. So he's like, I can't cancel it.
All right.
So he was supposed to be on it. But after that, I was like, we should just get a whole everybody was like, they should get on a song together. Well, one of the big team members, he fucking screenshotted a comment and said, fuck a song, we need a whole album. So then Wood came from Washington that fucking weekend. We got in the studio. We was in there all night from like, I think it was from like, I don't know, maybe like 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. or some shit.
Oh, y'all was getting it in.
We was just busting sessions. And yeah, we ended up doing a whole tape of all 5 of us. So that's right there in the works right now too.
Ooh, is it in the works right now too? Like
it's already being recorded.
Exclusive.
Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, really, we just trying to figure out a name for it or something, because I think it's gonna be big.
Yeah,
especially in the Valley, like
Valley's finest type shit. Yeah, but a name for it is what you're saying.
Yeah,
like
we're
y'all really
for a
out
name,
here.
And then we personally feel like we got like 6 songs on it, maybe. We personally feel like it ain't enough, so because they going crazy.
Yeah.
So we're like, nah, we got to get another
6 songs. They gonna play them shits on repeat. Numbers gonna go up.
Yeah.
So touching on the stew, what's your process in it? You hear a beat, you write it down, you plugging in, you're punching in, what you doing, bro?
Nah, normally I write all the songs. Normally I write them on my way to the studio.
Okay.
And if not, I write them in the studio. If I could get it, if I'm in a mood, I'll write it beforehand. But normally it's on the way to the studio or at the studio.
Like when you say that, like you've already had the beat and you're writing down before you get to the studio regardless.
On the way, like I'll start writing like once I get on the freeway. Or if I'm driving,
are you always
I'll
late?
just play the beat and I'm always late. I'll start driving and I'll just repeat the bars in my head.
What is that about? Like, okay, when you drive versus if you were to sit down right now and hear that beat right now versus you hop in a car right now and hear that beat right now and try to make the song, 2 different types of GBs on the track.
Right.
Yeah.
Off top. A lot of people find their comfort zone in writing. Mine is personally when I drive for some reason. When I take long drives, I feel like when you're on the road, your mind just just thinks more.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I don't know what it is.
A lot of the songs too, they like I said, a lot of them are on the road, where my mind just keeps going.
Yeah, I like to be quiet on my long drive just because my mind is going. I'm just
you're secluded from everybody. You're just focused
in your own zone. Say that. Well, I mean, I ain't gonna.
What is it? How do you feel about ghostwriting? I mean, you people throwing in on your lyrics, the writing for others. Well, no, writing for others is different from ghostwriting, I guess.
I mean, I feel like that. I feel like that's more of a mainstream thing.
Okay.
Like
would you let someone say you tweak a lyric in your sense, or are you going with what you got?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah.
For the most part, sometimes when I get writer block, I'll ask like, "Hey, what rhymes with blowing?" Somebody might be like smoking. I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then I'll just like go based off the word, but not like you should say, you know what I mean? This.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do when you get writer's block?
When I get writer's block,
you meditate. No, I'm fucking with you.
Oh man, I've been stuck for like hours, like not being able to think of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I personally learned to just wait on it, just write it out, just come back to it later.
Do another song, come back to it later.
Yeah, do another song, play another beat.
Yeah.
Or go for a drive.
Yep.
Go for a drive always works.
Say that shit.
And then with the iPhone too, like I said, I do a lot of melodizing on this next one. So sometimes I might not think of the lyrics, but I could already hear the melody. So when I go on the drive, I'll put on the little voice recorder and I'll like hum out the melody. And then I'll come back to it later and I'm like, oh yeah, I already know what to say based on this melody. You know what I'm saying? That shit work.
That makes a big difference.
Especially when you're on the clock. Like me, I stay moving. I stay like I rarely get a break. So you got to do it in between things. You know what I'm saying? Like
when you get the inspiration.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, I got to do it right now.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
It's the only time we get.
Nah, I was talking to a dude and he basically was saying that like it's hard to go and write it down in the notes. Like, you know what I mean? It's got to be right there. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, sometimes,
yeah.
And sometimes
especially if you're like really
down.
like active, like freestyling, bro. If nobody's catching it for you, you like, damn, did you write that down? Nah, you're not remembering what you just said.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna cap. I'm gonna take it. What we always say on the podcast, left. I guess you know what I'm saying. I'm taking left. Give GB a random question real quick.
This is 2 episodes in a row where he's taking my shit. Isn't
Yeah. Yep.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna take it left. I think I might be right on camera. Anyways, GB, if you had to choose between the two, you had a lowrider or a muscle car. Which one would you choose?
Off top, a lowrider.
Off top?
Yeah.
What's your car?
Just based on 64 Impala.
64 Impala?
Based on, yeah. The fucking cruising down the street of my 64.
And safe to say the color gonna be red?
Yeah, cherry red.
Say that. Say that.
Cherry red.
That.
Gold Dayton's for sure.
Gold Dayton's, nigga. Let's go. You got me with that
West
one.
Coast, real West Coast.
Say that shit.
Yeah.
Bet. Jay, what about you? Lowrider, muscle car?
I told you muscle car all day.
And I know we did it last time, but GB didn't.
5-0.
5-0.
Yeah, 5 bodies.
Yeah, mine was the 69 Cougar.
Okay.
Yeah. Just have to ask.
But since we're taking a deep breath, let's take a deep breath. Says people don't necessarily appreciate what a quick deep breath does. You know what I'm saying? You mobbing in traffic, you get stressed out. You take a quick little.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Make
you feel a little better.
Off top.
This is a segment I like to call TPH time. This is where we get into the mind of a true PH. So we're diving into the mind of a true pothead. Right. So let me ask y'all a question. Which do you enjoy more? Getting the money or spending the money? Whoever wants to answer first, I can answer.
I enjoy getting it because there's no limitation of getting it. Like you can get as much as you want, but spending it, you have a limitation on spending it. Let me get as much as I can get. So I love getting it. I remember when I first got my first $1,000 check, that was a goal of mine. Now it's a goal of mine to try and get my first $10,000 check. Never had that yet. It's going to happen, but that's mine.
Get to existence.
Yeah.
I enjoy getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoy spending it.
I love the process.
I feel it.
Yeah, rather than the final destination.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I've had a couple trophies and shit, and the trophy feeling is for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, like I got the trophy, it feel cool. But then you reflect on what you did to get it. You're just like, oh yeah, that feel better.
I did that shit.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Fact.
Nah, I feel it, bro, because I'm not cheap, but I've learned that I'm frugal, and I've learned that in my family necessarily, like spending money, like I hate to do it, but I'll do it. And I'm learning that it's good to do it, especially in times like today, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shit, you never know when the world's gonna end, bro. Shit, COVID, all this shit. I'm just enjoying life as it goes. If I want to get it, I'm gonna fucking get it right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the process of getting it though, and knowing it's coming, like that's a whole different feeling. Cause I don't like spending it. I say I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'd rather see it and be like,
that shit hurt to spend it sometimes. You're like, oh man,
I don't want to do that.
You
shit.
breaking my pockets.
Hell yeah. No, I said but getting it. I'm glad we all on the same page.
Yeah,
with that,
for sure.
GB, how old was you when you got your first tattoo?
I was in high school.
What grade though?
You got.
It was probably my last one. Yeah.
Your last.
My last year of high school. Yeah. I wasn't I didn't get none as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. I got a Merced on my chest.
You got Merced? Oh.
Yeah, across my chest.
Yep. Damn, I was like 17, 18 years old?
Yeah.
Blasted.
Yeah, Merced, yeah.
Stop playing with him. Goddamn.
Yeah, that was it's a little more, because tattoos is expensive too.
Mm-hmm.
So even then when I had money, my money, my first thought wasn't, I'm gonna go pay for a tattoo. My shit was more towards other shit.
Right.
But now it's just like, it's just little by little. Yeah, just, you know what I mean?
That's low key what I'm trying to do too. Whoa. People can't see it, but I got like all my shit tatted.
People trying to negotiate a tattoo, bro. And I'm like, bro, you pay for high quality weed. You better pay for some high quality tattoo.
Especially if it's gonna be on you for the rest
of your life.
You
feel me?
Shout out Punchy. That's my tattoo artist. You know what I'm saying?
I'll pay whatever.
Oh yeah, I heard of him too. Yeah, from Stockton.
Ink by Punchy. Yeah, Punchy.
Yeah.
Shout out Punchy.
He get off. I seen him on the gram before.
Tap in with him. Good prices, bro. He's not like he's not out there like that.
Yeah. I seen
He's reasonable. But yeah, man, I just had to ask because I seen, bro, that's fucking blasted. You right there on your shin, goddamn, representing like a
I'm
motherfucker.
Sweating on my shin too. It's hot. Hey, for those of you that can't see, my shins are sweating.
Hey,
it's hot.
Hey, it's the middle of the summer.
Relax.
Hey, we in the first transition to the studio. we gonna get an AC up in here. My man GB came through though. We gonna figure it out though.
He touched on drill music a little bit. I gotta touch on it, and I kind of want to get your opinion on it. These motherfuckers is crazy. That's in Chicago in general. They started a wave where, I mean, not to say started because Gucci started it back in the day, and going into now they're just elevating to a whole nother level.
Right.
Meaning mentioning ops, dead homies, and songs like that.
Right.
How you feel about that shit, bro?
About as far as what?
Like just mentioning the dead homies, mentioning all that shit. Like,
I would off top mention the dead homies all the time because I feel it's only right that now that they're gone, it's only right to keep their memory alive.
I feel it.
You know, so I'll always mention the dead homies. As far as mentioning like the ops, I would hate to give them credit on any level. So I would just keep them off wax.
Yeah,
that's what I think it is you're giving them an extra platform in that point, right?
I mean, I can't speak for anything in the future, but that's where that's where I'm trying to keep my mindset for the remainder of my career is. You could diss me all you want on wax, like we can keep it in the streets, you know.
Gotcha.
How it's supposed to be.
You know how it is,
right?
Yeah. Because then a lot of people say shit on wax too, and when it happens, they never pull through, and it's like, oh, you said this, and when it came down to it, you did otherwise.
Right.
So it makes you look like a hypocrite sometimes.
So speaking on that, for me, my all-time video, I look at it and I see like when it comes to like representation of like. Not even just like culture, but like representation of like the environment per se. When I look at the GB song intro,
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What went into that? Was it just like, hey man, homies come out, you know what I'm saying? We finna just do this type thing. And it was all respect, you know what I'm saying? Everybody had a good, calm, collective situation because you brought out the hood, like everybody.
Yeah.
So what was the transition to actually doing that big video shoot?
Well, that was like in the very beginning of everything. That's like the first video that took off. A lot of the times we do get that deep in the hood or at somebody's house in the backyard because half of us are either on parole or probation or on the run. So we do get that deep in certain situations. But at that time, it was more like, hey, I'm going to shoot a video in the hood. Whoever want to pull up. And we were just pretty thick out there. And yeah, that's how it usually comes about. Like sometimes we'd be out there like 10, 5, 15 thick, and then certain people drive by and see us pull over, or certain people got Snapchat and post a snap and they see it, like, oh, I'm coming over. Next thing you know, we're like 30 thick plus.
Having a good ass
time. And it's good vibes.
Yeah, that's how that came about. And yeah, it took off. It did a lot more numbers than we expected at the time.
That's what's dope. And everybody all up in that thing. Everybody got shown and respect. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's a highlighted moment.
It's a great time. I'm sure you made some motherfucking memories in those times, right?
Yeah, off top, like especially too, what I was thinking about, I think it was last night. Like a lot of the homies too, like I said, there's a lot of gang violence going on. So a lot of the people in some of those videos are dead now. They got killed.
Damn.
So like, I'm more grateful that they showed up, or I got them at least in a little
Condolences
bit.
and rest in peace real quick, brother. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. So I'm like, damn, like I'm glad he pulled up that day. You know, we got to capture a little memory on tape.
Because they immortal at that point. You can go back for the rest of wherever and see them.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's lit.
If you had a time machine and you had to go back necessarily to one time frame, one moment, where you going? Where you taking it back to?
Damn. That's difficult because I've always been a person that never regretted anything, just because, you know, it's why I'm here today.
The lesson.
So if I had to change anything, probably started rapping sooner.
You did say that earlier before we started filming. Okay.
Yeah, I wish I would have started rapping a lot sooner.
Where you going and you're like, bro, you should have taken it from this step and kept going?
I mean,
mic plugged into the cassette player.
Kept going from there.
Nah, I couldn't really change it if I wanted to, because like I said, it was either the gangbang or the rap.
Respect.
So at that point, I guess I could have just started rapping, but I was like, nah, like I'm gonna make gangbanging my main focus.
Which made you who you are today.
Exactly. More to talk about, story, like, bruh. Like,
yeah, so even if I wanted to change it, I guess I couldn't.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Getting deep. Okay, GB. Okay, Jay Jonah got them questions. I get okay. Say that. Say that.
How you feeling? We got the shot poured?
Yeah.
With this last shot?
Well, I got one more. We said it a little bit earlier. It had a double meaning, but what is the real origin? What's the true meaning that GettoBoyz come from?
Oh yeah, let me take this shot for that. Let me take this shot.
Cheers.
That's my dog.
Yeah, Don Julio sitting nice today.
Yeah, for sure.
On a hot day.
What's the
Yeah, so GettoBoyz is basically my hood. It's my gang.
Say that.
You know, where the full name is MGB Merced GettoBoyz. So basically, we got first generation people that created it, and they chose that name for whatever reason. And once being from the gang or whatever, this last time I was in prison, I was with one of the originators from it. So I was in there with a lot of people that got like double digits or life. And they were just more like, damn, like I live my life and it is what it is. Or sometimes they might be like, oh, I did this while I was out there, but I'll do it once I get out again in 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of felt for them like, damn, like this is basically where your story is over. Your life is over. Like you ain't gonna get the chance to like, you lived a dope ass life. You did a lot of shit out there. We did a lot of shit out there, but nobody's ever gonna hear about it. Nobody's ever gonna like that story's just for us in the hood, and it ain't gonna go nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Bigger than 13 exits.
Yeah, so it's like nobody would have known about a lot of things if nobody were to speak for them. You know what I'm saying? Were to have spoke for them. So I was with one of the originators last time I was in prison, and I had asked him about like stage names, and Ghetto Boy came about. But we have a lot of notoriety with the law out there. Like GettoBoyz is a big name for gangs out there. So
got you.
So I was like, man, if I go out there and use GettoBoyz, like that's cool. Like I not only want to represent myself with the rap, but I want to represent the entire hood.
Correct.
I want to speak for everybody. I want people to know our story.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got out, I was like, man, I ain't gonna get too far with Ghetto Boy, you know. Like,
was GB established? Was that your name, rap name at the
No.
time? No.
So you had another rap name before GB?
No, it was a hood name that I used as a rap name.
Say that shit.
Okay. I went by Insane at the time.
Oh yeah,
for in the hood, yeah.
Yep.
So, but I was like, bro, I ain't finna use that. Just it didn't sit right with me. I was like, it's more of a gangbanging name, or like. Yeah. Chrissy was like, that's more like of a battle rap name.
Insane.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I wasn't even feeling it from the gate. I was like, I need a stage name. That's something we discussed about in the pen. And then he's like, yeah, man, go out there and let motherfuckers know what we about, you know? So I abbreviated it to GB because I was like, therefore it could stand for whatever.
Yep.
You know?
It could. Yeah, that's true.
GB could stand for whatever. So, but it ultimately stand for that. Like I said, my main goal is mainly just putting on for the hood, for the entire hood. And not only that, but like, you guys are sitting down or doing life or whatever the case may be, but the name's gonna live on. You know what I'm saying?
GettoBoyz.
Yeah, that was the intention of it. Yeah.
That's respect. I'm not gonna cap, GB. Man, I'm not gonna damn. So you said it means a lot of things. I'm not gonna cap, GettoBoy. That's some crazy ass shit that you just said to me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that's a meeting that I'm gonna take from her right now. I've been saying GB y'all podcast. You feel me?
What a story.
I'm gonna show respect to her. It needs to be respected at. You feel me?
Yeah.
What a story, man.
Man, that's crazy, brother.
Real
That's
quick,
crazy.
Before we sign out of here, bro, anything you got to say? Like I said, I know you touched on the album. What's coming up in the future? Where can they find you at? Social medias, all that shit.
I really only fuck with IG. IG, you can find me under GettoBoy, just how you see it on the shirt.
Hell yeah.
GettoBoy.official. Everything's spelled correctly.
Hell yeah. Emil got you.
Yeah, just on the gram, on all digital platforms, YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify. You can find me under GB. We got an album dropping called GettoBoy, self-titled. That shit dropping this summer. Be
exclusive
on the lookout for
BSP. We're told here.
You feel me? This is the first place I heard it.
Yes, and
look out for that documentary too, y'all.
Yeah, the little mini doc.
Mini-doc.
I'm not too sure if it's gonna drop when the album drop or before it, but yeah, we finna release that. New music videos is coming. Yeah, just be on the lookout, man. Just, you know what I mean?
It's love.
If you ain't heard, you heard now. For real.
Shout out to my man Julian at Permanent Holiday.
Shout out to JP.
You was just about to say that?
Shout out JP, man. You already know it's all love and blowing smoke. No
for this
kizzy.
Permanent Holiday. Hey, he the reason why this podcast happened, for real.
Big facts.
See? And that's that, man.
Saying that again. That was the ultimate alley-oop. That was the way to LeBron back in the day type shit, because LeBron is trash now.
Julian, we locked in, brother. We locked in.
Oh,
shout out to Blowin Smoke for having me, for real.
Appreciate you, man.
It's big for the 9.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
We gonna flood it. We gonna flood it.
Make sure y'all follow, like, comment, subscribe, man. Y'all heard it from GB himself, bro. You feel me?
Yep. Signing out. Are we doing a sign out shot? Because I don't have anything.
You signed out already.
We already did. All right. Yeah. All right. My fault, y'all. You already know the vibes. This is season 7. Episode 1, you know what I'm saying?
We diving in.
Shout out GB coming through and really blessing the set. I want to say that on camera. My man, it's real respect. My brother, you keep, you know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do, bro. We going to hold this down. This is an everlasting, monumental podcast we got. You can watch this shit forever.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, brother. But I'm really glad that we grabbed that shit, bro. You already know it's your man, JG.
You already know it's J. Jonah.
One more time.
GB.
Signing out this motherfucker. It's Blowin Smoke.